Hello all, this is Anupama Zavalki here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In planning anything new in life, it is always nice to have a clean slate, isn't it? We always feel that once we have a clean slate, we can focus on the things that are most important to us. So before we move on to finding a life purpose, having a vision for our life, let's clean our slates a bit. That means that we need to take care of some of our incompletes and messes. We are all surrounded by a lot of clutter, a lot of incomplete projects, and generally we just ignore them. We feel they are like minor irritations, so we don't pay that much attention to them. But these things come in the way of our achieving our goals. So I'm going to explain how that happens. So what are the some common minor like irritations and distractions? And they might be minor to you, but they are not. Sometimes they're not minor to your spouse, your parents. So you might think of them as minor and ignore them. So what are these common distractions and what are these common irritations that we have around us? Sometimes they are like piles of newspapers or regular papers also that we have on our desk. Now that everybody is working from home or spending so much time at home, these things become even more important. I know people are actually having their lunch and dinners and coffees also on their working tables. So having that much mess on the table is really very distracting. It could be, as I said, papers, and it could be, worn out clothes or the clothes. You all know that clothes shrink in the closet, right? Yes, they do. So all those clothes that you think that you're going to fit into someday and you've kept them in your closet, all maybe all those things that you have dumped into your guest room, and now there is no room for the guest. Then it could be all those. I think all the homemakers will identify all those tupperwares we have where the lids and the bottom part don't match. So lots of small distractions that we, some unused or broken toys that we have, some makeup, expired medicines, all kinds of stuff we keep in our homes, and just think of them as minor irritations. We don't pay that much attention to them. And or if maybe your closet is like, you open the closet, everything falls on you, and you wear the first thing that falls on you or the last thing that falls on you. Or it could be really bad that you have to walk in your room like you're walking through landmines, landmines, that you have so much stuff on the ground. So it could be like an extreme case. But we don't pay attention because we don't think that is that much important. But what if I tell you that all this clutter, all these irritations that we have around us actually affect our productivity, they affect our energy, they our concentration, uh, and our peace of mind. So what are the negative consequences of having so much clutter around us, or having things that we don't want or that irritate us? So the first thing that happens is it drains you. Because what happens is, you constantly, whenever you focus on these things around you, your mind keeps going, oh, I need to fix that, I need to fix that, this needs to get clean. So your mind is constantly processing all that. It's like a constant to-do list. And like if you're working on a laptop or on your computer, the more tabs you have open, the computer or the laptop slows down, right? The same happens with our phones also. If we have too many apps open, the phone slows down. So we need to close a few tabs. That's what we say. So the similar way, if you have things around you that you're constantly thinking in your mind that I need to fix this, I need to fix it, those are like the tabs open in our mind. And this makes us very drained. Plus it feels very overwhelming also, that you have so many unfinished tasks. So that's the one way that it drains us. The second thing is that things, minor things blow out of proportion if you don't pay attention to them on time. We've all heard this, a stitch in time saves nine. So what were initial minor problems, like you could not find a couple of things at home, they just keep growing, and then you cannot even find some important documents like your passport, your Aadhaar card and stuff like that. So these things tend to build up if you don't pay attention. And the third very important thing is, what happens is we start numbing ourselves to all these distractions around us. But you cannot numb yourself to just only for clutter or only for these irritants. You start numbing yourself to inputs from everything around you. So you start ignoring your gut feelings, or you start ignoring the ideas that you are getting, because brain is constantly getting input from everywhere, and that's what we process all that to get some new ideas. But if you're constantly ignoring it, if you put blinkers around your eyes, then you won't get those inputs. So that's a major drawback that happens if you start ignoring your clutter or your irritations. Okay. And how our physical space, our mental space mirrors our physical space. So what happens if we have too many things around us and we feel that we're not in control? We sort of go into a state of resignation. No, you'll feel like, what good is $1 million idea if I cannot find a pencil to write it? Happens, right? And ideas always come with a deadline. So if you don't execute that idea, if you don't write it down somewhere, it's gone. You just don't pay attention to it later on. So these minor things are very important. All homemakers know, that if however much they watch like MasterChef or MasterChef Australia or India or whatever show, they always tend to cook with the ingredients that they have at home and they are easily accessible. The same with students. If you have to sort through all your notes and find something and then start studying, that whole enthusiasm of doing something is gone by the time you find all that stuff. So that's what happens. You go into a state of resignation, and you start thinking, if I cannot find a pencil, if I cannot find a stapler on time, how am I going to accomplish all these bigger goals? So that's what I don't want you to think, that we need to be positive about our goals, and only then we can achieve them. So these simple irritants do that to us, we go into a state of resignation. But the best part is it also works the other way. Once you take control of all these small things, then you actually start feeling that positive about it. Once you think that, oh, I can control my environment, I can control these small things, I am in control here, then you start being hopeful towards your other goals also. You feel, yes, I can achieve them. So this is what, it works both ways. So we don't want to go into a state of resignation. We want to be positive about all these things. Start with a positive mindset is the first thing to achieving success. So that's why we need to take care of these minor irritations, all those incompletes and messes that we have. Let's start simple. I don't want you to, start with cleaning your whole house. What you're going to do is, immediately after watching this video, you're going to take literally 10 minutes or 5 maybe. Just first thing you're going to clean is your workspace. So it's like whatever you see around your computer or your laptop, or if you're a student, wherever you sit to study, just take 5 or 10 minutes and just clean however much you can clean in that time. Maybe you can take a before and after pic, so you'll know, pictures tell things better than, actually words. So you can take a before picture, after picture, see how it feels. And see how much you can do in 10 minutes, and see how it feels inside, because everything is an experience. Words don't teach, experience teaches. So it's an experience I want you all to take. Then for some incomplete projects and stuff like that, just pack them and put them aside so that they are not in your view all the time. We are not going to analyze, why you haven't completed, because there are reasons, like you have so much mess also, there are, even the clutters you have like 4 or 5 different kinds of clutter. It can be mental, physical, then emotional, spiritual clutter also, but that we'll cover in some other video. Right now, we're just going to start with your basic environment where you spend your most time. So start from there, okay? And then you're going to make an irritation list. So that irritation list will have all the things that irritate you, and you're going to work on those over a weekend. As many as possible, you are going to take them off. Okay, it could be some creaking door, leaking faucet, some paperwork that needs urgent attention, or it could be something very personal, like you need an eye exam and you have been putting it off. So even those kind of things, we keep thinking in our minds that we need to do that. So or list all those. I'm going to actually give a PDF, 2 forms in the description section. So you can just take those forms from there. So that will be a starting point. You can start listing those irritation things on that form, and also a to-do list which will have a do by date, so which is very important. It's not an open-ended thing. So both a list you can start completing, but start experiencing. Just take that 5 or 10 minutes and start doing it, and see how energized you feel, how refreshed you feel. So projects and all you don't need to complete. Maybe you have had that you've got a treadmill and now you're using it to dry clothes or something like that. So fine, that's okay. At least just move it aside, or if you're not using it, just move it aside and don't pay attention where it doesn't catch your attention, because that's what is the most important thing for us. We don't want all these things to distract you, to affect your productivity. So at least start there. Start by picking up stuff that is literally in your feet and stuff like that. And then just go build it step by step. So this is going to be the starting point. Clean up our messes and incompletes. And I am trying to finish as much as things from our irritation list, because that gives us a sense of control, that we have control over our lives. So we can move on to finding our purpose, having a vision about our life. So that will make us things easier, and this way we are cleaning our slate to write the story of our life. Okay, so I hope you will start, and you can actually send write in the comments also. You can write where you're going to start or how you found this video, and then if you like, press the like button if you like it, share it with somebody who can benefit, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.